All right, guys, welcome back to my home gym tour. What I want to talk about today is my attachment wall setup. I'm going to tell you why this was actually a bad idea. So, backstory. I initially, when I was looking at ways to put my attachments up here, or have a way to store my attachments, I was going to do wall control. Now, as they say, guys, there is always a reason why something was created and invented to make your life easier. This was that example, right? We all have home gyms. We all want a way to store our attachments. Now, with that being said, these you see here, let me get you guys a little bit closer. These you see here, they are individual 12 by 12s, right? 12 by 12 metal pegboard squares. Now, you think like, hey, that is a great idea, super easy, super convenient to put them up there. Kind of, sort of, not really. Let me explain. Because with this, hold on one second, put the camera back. All right. All right, cool. Because with this metal attachment, all right, where you save money, let me get to the pros of this. You save money because these attachments right here, Menards, they're all black. They work X, Y, and Z. These are like $4 to $5 for a bag of like 4 or 6, depending on what size you go with, right? So that's why I have extra ones down there. So you save money on the actual, the little hooks for the board, right? You save money there. Where you also come into community, you can kind of customize it how you want. Like these are individual. So you can go 2 here, a row here, 3 there. You can go 1 single row here, 1 row there, leave all of this open. So it gives you a lot of customization to kind of like, Tetris, piece it together how you want, right? And you can fit other things in between. You can build around it. So that is the great idea for this. Now, with that being said, most of us are not doing that. Most of us with home gyms, you have one area, one section with all your attachments, whether it's your lat pull downs, your fat grips, your cape, your D handles, tricep ropes, your bands, weight belts. You have one wall for everything, right? So with that being said, you're not probably playing too much Tetris. You're putting one wall up, here's everything, boom, good to go. Now, that being the case, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make my own. I'm going to go to Home Depot, pick up the 12 by 12, and it's more of, hey, I can buy them as I need them, right? Because the wall control, and I'll put up a picture here somewhere, the wall control boards, they're on sale usually for like $40, $45, somewhere around there. And that's for I think it's 32 by 16 or 48 by 16. Or it's something like that. I think it's 40. I can't remember what the size is, but it's usually between 40 and $50, right? And most of us are going to need probably 2, 3, maybe even 4 of those, right? And then you got to buy little hooks. The little package of hooks is like $30. So for example, in my mind, when I did this wall, I was like, hey, okay, well, if wall control is that, I wanted to make a 48 by 40, or however many this is. Yeah, 48 by 48. So it is 16, 32, 48. So I would needed 3 of those. And then they were 4 inches. So I would have needed 3 of those in order to do this. So that was $150 plus taxes. Let's say $165, right? $160. Then I get the little hooks. And I don't know how many I'm going to need. I don't want to be too short, too less. So I'm going to probably need, to play it safe, 3 packages of hooks. That's another $90. So I'm like, okay, 160 plus 90, that's 250 from what I need. Now, because of wall control, you can customize it how you want. I did it, you can customize how you want to get as you go, right? You can buy 1 wall, 1 set of hooks. I was just trying to be one and done. So I did this, right? So we just said, what was that, 250, right? With that being said, the part that you don't really think about is this. And here, let me put you guys over here. I'm still trying to get you used to this better light thing here. All right. So the part you guys don't think of is the time it takes to put this together. You can put it right into drywall, but it comes with these little, and I wish I should have brought them down. It comes with the wall, the anchors for drywall, or you go right into 2x4s into a stud. But because they're 12 by 12, they're not gonna land perfectly on that stud, right? And you really, really want to go in the corners. The corner is going to keep it most supported the best way. Yeah, you can put it anywhere else, but your screws are best to go in the corners. Now, again, because wall control is 16 inches long, again, there's a reason. There's a reason why they invent stuff. That's going to be on most garage or most home gym basements, or you frame that out. That's going to be how you frame it out. That's going to be the studs, right? So there's 16 inches. So your drill, your screws are going right into studs, every single one, right? And you can double them up by underlap. You can put them right next to each other, and it'll still go into that stud. So I didn't really think that far through, guys. With this, I was like, you know what? I'm going to piece it together. As I go, I can buy what I need. All right. Cost breakdown. Each square is $10. I have how many? I have 16 squares. That's 160. That's 100 and with tax, 170 bucks. Right. After I got all the hook stuff like that, that was another, say 15. Let's say 20 bucks for all the hooks. So 190. I'm all in on my wall attachment. And I still got some left over. 190, 250. You're like, man, I just saved 60 bucks. Hold on, there's more. What you don't account for, again, wall control, zip, zip, screw, 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 boom, you're done. Probably takes you 5 minutes to install, if that. This, however, because again, it's not directly on studs, you literally makes it better for you to take a piece of 1/2 inch plywood, drill that onto your wall, right? Then, so that's another cost, right? Again, that's if you don't want to go through the hassle. I initially, with my garage, with my drywall, I initially used the drywall anchors, and I pre-drilled, put the drywall anchors in, boom. Then I put these up, and it's a little. I wish I had it. God, hold on. Actually, hold on one second. What it is, this is your anchor right here that would go, in the wall, right? Expands, it holds, right? This is an exact one. There's a black cylinder that this comes with. The screw has to go through that cylinder. So the way it goes is that this would go behind the metal pegboard. Your screw would go through there, right? And then you would put that onto the wall, right? That's how these are made to anchor. I didn't know that. I thought it was just, hey, put it up, screw it in if you're using drywall, because there's a space behind these that isn't per se flush. There's nothing behind the metal pegboard. It's just space. So this is what that little black cylinder you get, that is what keeps it kind of more even all across the board, make sure the wall is completely flat, I guess, if you will. Now, I didn't know that. So when I did drywall, it took me probably, and I kid you not, guys, it took me about an hour, maybe an hour and a half to do every single one, because there's 4 of these. So times that by 4, and you're going boom, 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 boom. Every 4 took me, again, take 5 minutes, maybe, 5 minutes for each one, right? To get it X, Y, and Z. Then you want to make sure it's level, it's straight across the board, all that kind of stuff. Had I known that, I would have paid the extra 60 bucks to do it the wall control way. Now, with that being said, how else you go about it is that, an easier way to go about that is doing it this way, is you take a 1/2 inch like this, put this on your drywall. Then that way you have a solid contact surface all the way through, and it's not going in drywall, it's going right into 1/2 inch of plywood. Then you can put that, but that's added cost. Unless I have a workshop in my garage, so I have extra scrap. But if you don't have that scrap, you got to go and buy a 1/2 inch 4x4, which is probably going to run you 25, 30 bucks for a 1/2 inch, right? So that's another 30 bucks if I didn't have that already. So 30 bucks on top of the 170. I'm at 210. I'm sorry, hold on. 60, 170, 190. on top of the 190. So now I'm at 220. Mind you, the wall control was 250. I'm at 220 now, and we're not talking about the time it takes to put this on. So now I'm like, okay, well, when I moved into the basement, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put this up, call it a day. Did the same thing. I had to take all the little cylinders off each screw, X, Y, and Z, then put it up, right? Again, if I had to do this over again, I would just go to wall control. Again, there's a reason, ladies and gentlemen, why things are created, because someone saw a problem and they said, you know what, I'm going to solve that problem. And they did. And I chose not to listen because I thought I can get away with it cheaper. And sometimes, yes, you can do things cheaper, but most of the times when it comes to things that are like $50 or less difference, just pay the extra $50. Just pay the extra $50, right? Because I got the wall control, this would have been a lot easier, a lot quicker, put it up. Another reason why wall control is actually nicer, again, this is hindsight after I did this one, colors. Like, a home gym is all about the personality you give it, right? This pegboard is either going to come in black or you may find it in silver. Maybe. But with wall control, you have the option of colors. You can do black, silver, red, blue, so on and so on, right? Because for me, I have like a Superman thing because I love Superman, right? So my squat rack is red and blue with a black on the back there, Batman kind of thing. My bench is blue. So had I could do this over again, I would have done probably a all red, a red and blue pegboard. That's just me personally, right? But that would have been personality, and I probably would have loved it so much more. It makes you feel a little bit better. But again, I'm doing this video because I just want you guys to know, like, spend the money on wall control. It makes perfect sense because it's a 9-day difference as far as install, as far as keeping things organized, the hooks. Like, these will still pop out. These will still pop out if you just pick them up the wrong way. Like these here, I have the hooks there. They don't pop out if you go slow, but again, they can. Again, wall control, they're made to where they stay in the wall. Again, I don't have one. This is not a promotion. I'm not affiliated with wall control in any way, shape, or form. But when I'm doing things, I like to share and let people know, like, hey, here's the pros, here's the cons, here's the vice versa. Because some people are on budgets and they're like, hey, this is a cheaper thing because I'm paying as I go. It's $10 each. I can go to Menards, get the little hooks, and call it a day. So yeah, I love it. It's cool and all. It works. But if I had to do it over again, I would go wall control. Just because it's just convenience. Time of install. Because what you don't think of is the time it takes you to install something, to put something together. And that hour and a half, I think it was more. I think it was probably closer to 2 hours. Hour and a half, 2 hours, I think it was. Yeah. So, yeah, if I had to do it over again, that's what I would do. So, hope that helped, guys. Again, thanks for watching the video. Do me a favor, go ahead and like, subscribe, comment below. Again, what I'm trying to do is leave honest reviews from a regular old guy. I don't have the promotions, the followings. Yeah, I got like 38 followers, subscribers, which is awesome. I thank those 38 people. So I just want you guys to follow along as I'm kind of building up my home gym and getting it going. And I want to leave honest reviews about things that make a difference so people know like what to expect. Again, I'm an everyday guy who works every single day, and I just want to leave honest reviews and be just really straightforward. So hope you liked the video, guys. Enjoy it. I'm doing another review on probably my lat tower that I picked up for $75 because it's really nice. It's awesome. Well, a few upgrades I want to make, but for what I picked it up for, it's a great solution. So that video is coming up next, guys. Hope you have an awesome day. Talk to you soon.